All right, y'all, welcome back to Behind the Biz, where we don't just talk about local businesses, we get nose deep into the stories, the struggles, and sometimes the sparkly secrets behind them all. Today, I'm gonna be meeting someone who makes Petaluma glow just a little more brighter, whether it's the lashes, the brows, or just the whole vibe. I'm talking about the queen of the glow up, the waxing wizard, Emily from Blushing Beauty. And don't let the soft colors fool you. This woman's built a beauty biz with some serious backbone. Let's dive in because this is gonna be a ton of fun. Boosh! Okay.
Yeah.
So please introduce yourself, your business. Let's get this thing cracking.
All right. Well, my name is Emily, and I'm the owner of Blushing Beauty here in Petaluma. I'm a aesthetic instructor at Lytle's Beauty College when I'm not here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. And how long have you been in? Were you born in Petaluma? How did you end up in Petaluma?
Just kind of the way it worked out. Actually, I grew up in Santa Rosa, and when I became an esthetician, I started in Cotati, and I was there for a while. There for like 5 years, 6 years, and then I had an opportunity to move to Petaluma from Cotati, and I decided to take it.
Why? Why Petaluma?
Because I was going to be going into a med spa, and I really kind of wanted to learn that aspect of the business and what went into that part of it, the whole medical part of it. So it was a really great way for me to work with more medical professionals and how we can work together on skin. So that was really amazing, and I learned a lot from that. And then from there, I ended up moving to Portland. That's actually where I'm from, where my family is from. I was born there, and I moved up there to be closer to my grandma and to help take care of her.
It's funny how we do that for family, right? We were just telling you about same thing with my mom, right?
Yeah.
As family gets a little bit older,
Yeah.
it helps align, I think, certain things within ourselves. You want to spend more time with the family.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm so glad I did because like right after we moved up there, COVID happened. And so then I was really able to be there for her during that and like grocery shop and do all the things that whatever it is that she needed. So it worked out, but so I moved up there, started my business there, worked for someone while I was there. Started my business in Oregon City, actually up there, which was awesome. It's total Petaluma vibe, like old. It's like one of the oldest towns in Oregon. It's where the Oregon Trail stopped.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's really neat. It's really old, right on the river. It's beautiful. And yeah, I was pretty successful there. And then I decided to move home. The COVID was over. My mom ended up moving up there. So I was able to come back. I got divorced during that time. So everything just kind of led me back to here, to Petaluma. And just everything fell into place and started back at a salon here across the way. And I eventually just moved here, wanted to be out of a salon, like I told you, and I just wanted my own space, quiet space, a space that my clients can come to and feel really safe and secure and able to like really relax.
Yeah, and it's nice to have control over your environment, right? Like
For
if
sure.
you're in a salon setting, so and so can be loud, or
Yeah.
there's conversation going here,
Totally.
and it's hard to relax. And sometimes you give that client that thing. So
Yeah.
if Blushing Beauty were a cocktail, what would be in it?
Oh, vodka for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say vodka, grapefruit juice with some Prosecco.
You know what? And I know a lot of the bars here. I think I can, talk to a couple of the bartenders. Go, hey, I want the Blushing Beauty.
That would be cute.
Create our own drink.
That does sound really good.
So when we do our next interview and when next time we're talking here, we'll be cheering.
Yes, I love that. Let's do that.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And how did the whole thing start? Did you just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to make Petaluma prettier? How did you get into aesthetics, skincare? What's the story behind that?
So the story behind that is I had acne growing up. My mom took me to see an esthetician starting when I was in high school. I had the same one all through junior high and high school. Got really into skincare, even though that wasn't the avenue I was going down that particular time in my life.
What did you want to do? Like before that?
I wanted to be in marketing. I worked in retail a lot and did like a lot of their did a lot of marketing for like J. Crew and Eddie Bauer, and did a lot of their like setups and stages and inventory and things like that, which was really fun. And I really thought that I wanted to get into marketing and go that route. And then while I was going to college, I was like, I want to make more money while I'm going to college. I'm going to become a medical assistant. So I was going to college on top of going to college and working, became a medical assistant, did my externship, hated it, did not want to go that route, but I was still going to college. I was about to graduate, and just kind of found myself working for durable medical equipment companies. I worked for 2 before landing at a pharmaceutical company here in Santa Rosa, and did that like all through my 20s. I became a administrative assistant. I did a lot of stuff there. I wore many hats, but I did that all through my 20s. And then when my boss decided to leave, I decided to leave. Him and I had a really great rapport together, and I was already at the highest level that I could be at that company. And so for me, it just made sense. I was tired of corporate and, you know, working basically 24 hours a day. I really wanted and knew that I wanted to do something on my own. And
you know, I think a lot of the times we have this calling, right? Like where like I can think of the same thing with me working for another company, and I can't tell you how many times I wanted to just call in sick, or when you're looking at going into your job and you're just like, you know, what excuse or reason, and it's almost like spiritual suicide, right?
Totally, yeah, because you're like, okay, well, I have this amazing job, it's great, it's security, but then on the other hand, you're like, I just feel like my purpose is more, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else, you know. I didn't at that time did not know what that was, but leaving there was the best thing I did for myself in that moment. And because it brought me to this, you know, I was like in a crossroads where I was like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? I was 30, or I was about to be 30, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Where am I going? You know, like time's ticking. Like think of I wrote a list of all the things that I thought I would want to do.
Brainstorm, just like
yeah. And, you know, it's so funny because a lot of my best friends, a lot of my girlfriends, they're in this business. They're nails, hair, estheticians. So it's kind of fun because I get to watch their journey as well. And they all have their own businesses. And I was like, wow, I would see them hustle, but like get to make their own schedules and, you know, still make money and do all the things that they wanted to do. And I was like, I want to do that. Yeah. And I was like, wow, why am I not doing skincare? Like I've been obsessed with my skin, with skincare. I'm going to go check it out.
Were you inspired before, like going back to high school a little bit, because it's just funny how sometimes things have a way of coming back to you. So before you went to, so you were struggling with acne before, right? And you went to an esthetician. Before, did something lead you to go to the esthetician? Were you trying things at home yourself first and they weren't working and your mom said, let's go to an esthetician, or did you just go there first? How did that?
Yeah, I was using stuff like Proactive and, you know, other things that were out. And, you know, I wasn't really super educated at that time either. I was just like, oh, and I was a swimmer. So, you know, I was like, okay, well, my skin's dry, but I have acne. It's not going away. You know, and when I look back at it, I was just stripping the crap out of my skin.
and we're just talking about that before, about all the mistakes I think we make because we either you get advice from people. Everyone's a doctor. Everyone's got some great advice for your skin, right? And now, especially nowadays, they got
Yeah.
TikTok and all this stuff.
Yep.
So we try all these things
Sure.
before finally going to a professional. When you
Yeah.
get a drawer full of products, I think that's like one of the telltale signs. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I just had drawers full of things that I
Yep.
bought that just weren't working.
Totally. I think we all do have a drawer like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the junk, the junk drawer,
The
right?
drunk drawer, yeah. Yeah, so then my mom was like, we're just going to go.
Yeah.
And so she did. And we went, and that's how I fell in love with Dermalogica. And she put me on a whole regimen. It totally worked. She educated me on how to balance my skin and how I still, even though I have oily, acneic skin, I still need to moisturize. I still need to hydrate. You know, like it's good to use all these harsh products, but you've got to make sure that you've got a balance in there. And so to this day, that's how I work with my acneic clients is a balance. You know, we don't want to strip the skin. We don't want to put it in repair mode at that stage, you know, because a lot of it is hormonal. Like for me, it was hormonal, and it's really hard to treat hormonal skin.
Yeah.
You kind of have to like let it go through its cycle, because that's one thing we can't do is control our hormones when we're like 13, 14, 15 years old, you know, 16. So, yeah, so that's just kind of how I still treat my clients, because, you know, it's so important for skin health, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't always know what skin health is, you know, until we go through it and we're like using all these things that are not working, and you're like, oh, why are they not working? Oh, it's because I'm stripping it. It's going into repair mode, or I'm using too much oil, or too much of this, or too much of that, or I'm exfoliating too much, or whatever it is, you know.
And a lot of people just don't know. I believe a lot of people just don't know, like you mentioned, what skin health is, because especially nowadays, the world we live in, full of filters and makeup,
Oh, yeah.
right? And a lot of times people will just hide that. But when you're in public, you really can't hide it.
No.
You can hide it over the internet, right? Like
Yeah.
that. So speaking of some of those things, what are some of the things that you see people doing nowadays, the DIYs? And you do, what services do you do? So you do skin, you also do lashes, brows?
Waxing.
Okay.
So I don't do lash extensions anymore. So I just do lash lifting, brow laminations, waxing, and skincare. And I do all the skincare. I do dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, high frequency, LED, microcurrent, nanofusion.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
So what are some of the wacky things that you've seen or heard people come in and they tried this or try that before they came to see you? Like what's going on nowadays that's causing the craziness here in Petaluma with skincare?
You know, it's not so much. I don't get a lot, to be honest, because a lot of my clients are older, like I said. So they all trust what I give them. But just from experience with some of these younger girls that I'm with a lot, they use like a lot of the Korean skincare. That's something that I've dabbled in now, so because it's so out there, you know. I'm like, what is going on with this Korean skincare? I must know. Why is everybody on TikTok doing this, you know? And so that, and just like lemon juice on their skin, or baking soda, or you said the toothpasting earlier. That is still something that they're doing.
My mom still to this day will tell me if I have a zit, she'll be like, "Oh, dab some toothpaste on it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, or they're like doing regimens with like Neutrogena or Noxzema.
Yeah. They still have Noxzema. I remember the Noxzema girl from back in the days, right?
They still use that, and it's heartbreaking. But you know, if it works for people, they're gonna keep using it, right? And I'm not one to be like, no, you cannot use that. You know what I mean?
Everyone's different, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's skin is different. I always tell people skin is kind of like what? Like your fingerprint, like a snowflake. If something is working for you, but I think one of the bad things that say is if it works for one person, it must work for me too, right? And that's probably not always that so accurate.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole extraction thing. You know what I mean? Like someone can extract something and it works for them. They post this whole how-to thing, not realizing that they don't know what they're talking about, because they don't know that everyone's skin is different. this person doesn't know what everybody else is using. So then someone else will go to do her recommendation or her how-to video, and then skin pulls up, or you get a divot or something, and then it's just like a chain reaction of people without skin on their nose or wherever on their
It
face.
always sounds like a good idea until it isn't.
Until it isn't,
right?
exactly.
So like one thing I imagine with you spending time with your clients here, I hear a lot of the people saying they're part esthetician, part sometimes therapist.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You listen to things.
100%.
What are some of the things that your clients, without going, we're not gonna go too deep into it. But what are kind of things that you work with in people there that where they feel comfortable enough to share with you these things?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's really all in how you present yourself, because you want your client to feel comfortable telling you, to just be comfortable with you.
Yeah.
They open up themselves. Now, like a lot of my clients I've known for 10, 12 years at this point. So we know where we left off the last time to be able to pick up, and be like, oh, what happened to this? Or what happened to that person, or whatever. I know so many things about so many people, about everything that goes on in my clients' lives, and it's awesome, because it's all about that experience that you're giving your client, making them feel comfortable to be able to open up to you, to share, and a lot of times we are therapists and we listen, like in this business, we do less talking, we do more listening. And that's really important, like being non-biased, sitting behind the table, just listening to your client, because a lot of times you're seeing them for the first time since a situation happened, or you're seeing them for the first time since someone died, or a breakup, or whatever the situation is. And just learning as an esthetician, learning to love your clients and be open, and to show them that you're there for them, that you do care. Like a lot of my clients are like family at this point, so.
I assume you've gone through several emotions, like
so many emotions.
Have you cried with your clients?
So many times.
What?
Yeah, as an esthetician, we are criers. It's just how we are. I'm a huge crier. I've spent a lot of times in here crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my clients. After they leave, I just feel so moved or touched, and also sometimes I'll sit here and have a moment. Or sometimes I'm going through something too, and I have to hide my emotions, to be there for my client. And sometimes when you've had a client for as long as I've had, you just see that person, they know exactly something's wrong with you, and you just start crying, and it's a really amazing connection that you have. That's the whole thing about connection, and that's huge in this business, especially for an esthetician and a business owner, to have that connection with your clients, to make them feel comfortable with you. Yeah.
And that, these days where everything is technology, like you said, so many people are behind a desk. I think that's one thing that a lot of people, like me personally, I can use that more, right? Connecting with somebody.
Yeah, human connection, right?
Just interacting.
Human touch. Yeah. That's the other thing too, is the human touch. Like we touch people in the most intimate ways. When you're touching someone's face, like this is just such a huge emotional touch right here. It's very intimate, and so when you're touching someone, emotions can come up as well. Especially people that don't get touched enough or
it just
as
feels
often.
good.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah,
feels good. Then they get to look better. Mo better.
And you gotta love that, right?
So I have a friend of mine. He's an electrician, right? Whenever he goes anywhere, like he comes to my house, the first thing he'll do, he'll look at the lights, he'll look at all the plug sockets, because that's his trade.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
So you being in the beauty industry, and going into it a little bit, what do you look at when you see? Do you judge people on their brows?
Yeah,
do
eyebrows,
you kind of
skin?
Yeah.
I always look at eyebrows first, and then the skin. I don't know why, but yeah.
Like, and what goes through your head when you see somebody's eyebrows? Do you like, that needs to be plucked, or waxing would be good? Yes. Over plucked,
yes,
under plucked, overdrawn, underdrawn, right?
All of it.
You just can't help it, right?
Can't help it. Sometimes I do give out business cards. I'm like,
you'd be like,
I'm an esthetician. Come and see me.
Probably not, man. But I think that's one of the hard things to do. Is like, of course you give out your business cards, but at the same time you're like, hey, come see me like now. We need there's something going on that we can make mo better.
Yes, mo
better. I like that. That's going to be our theme, mo better.
Yeah.
So what's something you do at Blushing Beauty here that, let's say, no one expects, but they secretly love?
I think it's my room, really, because out there, when you walk into the building and then you walk into our foyer, you don't even know. People don't know what to expect when they come in here. They're
it is like, and I told you this.
Where am I right now?
It is a beautiful room, and we'll show you all later. But this is truly I walked in here because it's kind of like an office setting.
Yeah.
And then you walked in. I almost heard like Angel like, oh. Maybe we need to get like a fog machine. You open the door, some mist comes out.
Yeah, it's cool because people don't visualize this when especially somebody new, when they're coming up the stairs, coming into the foyer, and I open and they're like, oh my God, this is an amazing space. And I'm like, oh, and that's what I want for my clients, to feel that in this space. But yeah, so that's always like a surprise.
It reminds me, what it reminded me of? It's kind of like, you ever go to Old Chicago Pizza?
Yeah.
Right? You go in, the carpet's all messed up. You're about to hit your head on the ceilings a little bit low. And you walk into this like grungy carpet, it's a little bit dark. Yeah. And then you go, but some pizza's amazing.
Amazing.
You like it? So I kind of got the same thing here. And what's one thing people think is glamorous about owning a beauty business, but it's actually like a hot mess behind the scenes, the work behind the scenes?
Everything, honestly, like keeping up with social media, marketing, inventory. I mean, it takes a lot. There's a lot that goes behind it, like making sure that, you have enough money to put back into your business, making sure you're paying yourself. Laundry, I don't have a washer and dryer here, so I have to go and take it somewhere. Just always making sure that you have what you need, like it's glamorous and amazing when you're here with your clients, but behind the scenes, like there's just so much that goes into it, and the financial aspect and, just making sure that you have what you need at all times and making sure that you have the funds to do that. Because this business is always ever changing, making sure you're staying up to date with what's out there, what the newest trend is, what the newest ingredient is or product is really, really important, and making sure that you're continuing education and continuing to educate yourself, in this business because it is always changing.
And I'm just reminded of that. Like, for example, when you have a client or an appointment, how much time does it take for you to set up things for that client and then clean up afterwards?
So I always get here early, or like if I start at 9, I'll get here like at 8:15, 8:30, so I can just get ready for my whole day in the morning. So if I've got facials, if I got like 3 or 4 facials going on in a day, I always make sure I have my towels together, ready to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a lot easier. I have like 15 minutes between each client generally for facials. So it doesn't take me that long. I always stay prepared. I always have what I need. I try to be as on top of it as possible.
And how long have you been an esthetician?
12 years.
Oh, wow. See. And I think that's part of it that comes with experience, right? Just knowing what to expect after working with the clients for so long and kind of saying, okay.
Yeah, I always have like 1 or 2 clients set up at all times, whether it's like back bar or the towels, you know what I mean? So it's like I can just jump right back into another client afterwards. So I'm generally back to back, so.
If you had to do your job blindfolded for a day, what service are you not attempting?
Lashes for sure. Waxing, definitely not, depending on what the
you can't
body
feel
part
your way.
is.
You can't feel your way through a wax.
Actually,
you're like,
the leg I could totally do, an arm I could do, but if it's anything on the face, like I'd be waxing your eyebrow off, it would be all bad. Your hair would be gone. It wouldn't be cute.
Oh,
That would not be Mobetta.
but you know what? That's literally like, eyebrows half off
Yes,
sales, right?
literally, right?
Would you rather wax your own brows blindfolded or give your worst ex a free facial?
Probably give my ex a facial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
I'm
hey,
not
you
trying
deal
to
with it.
have any eyebrows. Although I do have them microbladed, so I guess you wouldn't tell.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So ex, hey,
I don't know.
come on in. We'll
Yeah.
we'll risk that, right? And for lashes, what do you do? Services do you do for lashes?
A lash lift and tint. It's like a lash perm.
Perfect. So if aliens, I worked on these questions here, folks. If aliens landed and asked you to explain the concept of a lash lift, what would you say?
It's basically a lash perm. 3-step process. It's all timed. It's the easiest way to talk about it.
Like what does a lash lift do? Like
It curls and lifts your lashes.
Okay.
Yeah. It lasts 6 to 8 weeks, so for as long as your lash cycle is. I tint them as well, although the tint doesn't last as long as the actual lift does.
And what difference does it make? Like if I got my lashes lifted, what would it do?
It's going to curl them. It's going to lift them. So it's going to take place of like a lash curler.
Okay.
So how your lashes would look with a lash curler, this permanently, or not permanent, semi-permanently does for 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. And lash curlers, what that metal thing?
Yeah, the metal thing that you just curl your lashes with before you put your mascara on.
Are those things safe? Because
No,
I don't know why. I tried it once for whatever reason.
Did your lashes come out?
It felt like it was tugging.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
No, they're not that safe. I mean, because what happens is like you can crimp them off, if you're crimping too much, or if you've got, a lash cycle that being sloughed off, they're going to pull them right off or right out. No, they're not that safe.
Yeah, but it's funny how you can just buy literally everything. Anything that you do here, you can pretty much buy things on Amazon. That you can buy the dermaplaning blades there. You can buy that there. Just like, I remember I bought this one thing. It was like a pore vacuum.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
And I'll buy everything because they do such a good job. They're so excited.
The marketing is so good.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, look what I did. And I had these red spots here, just like just like circles, like crop circles on my face.
Yeah.
Right. So if your beauty studio had a theme song, what would you blasting when somebody walks in? What would be your jam?
Oh my gosh, my clients, so it's going to be like something old, like Journey, or anything from Stevie Nicks or Fleetwood Mac.
Nice.
That's what I tend to play in here a lot. Or I'm coming out with like rap music. It's gonna,
like hardcore rap.
Yeah, it's gonna be like E40, or we're getting into like some Tupac or some Biggie or something. Yeah.
See, I can do. We do.
But they know that I'm super eclectic. Like sometimes they'll come in here and like I have got something totally different playing. I play so much different music in here, except for in facials, it's all spa music. Yeah. But like when we're doing other services, sometimes if I've got somebody young in here too, I'll be like, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? And I'll put that on,
Yeah. Go from gangster rap to some Enya. To like,
totally. I'm so eclectic. It's all about mood.
And what makes you feel proud at the end of a long day after you're just covered with products and this, the steam? What makes you feel proud?
Just knowing that I brightened somebody's day, that I made someone feel beautiful, that I was able to put my client at ease, for that hour or whatever it was, that I'm giving them a service that I'm proud of and that they continue to come to me for, that I have amazing and beautiful clients that I have amazing connections with, that I love so much, and that I get to see like every 4 to 6, 8 weeks. And that is like what keeps me going and doing this. And that's what I'm so proud of.
You know what? You have really good energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm noticing about that. It's like I just, I feel like we haven't met before, but me just sitting here, I just feel I'm like, you know what? I would like if you told me something, unlike those infomercials at 2 o'clock in the morning where I buy
Yes.
vacuum things, like I would trust you and be like, okay, hey, she sounds like she's nice.
Thank you.
If a young girl wanted to do what you do one day, what advice would you whisper in her ear, like a skin, brow, lash fairy godmother? Like, what would you tell her?
Read the question again.
So, if a young girl wanted to do what you do, if a young girl wanted to become an esthetician,
Okay.
well, what advice would you give her?
To go for it, to do it. Even if you don't, this is what we tell our students too. Like, do it, go for it, because you never know where it could lead you and what amazing opportunities that you can have through this, because there's so many different avenues in the beauty industry that you can go down. And you don't just have to be sitting at a table doing facials. You could be doing sales. You could go work for a beauty line. You could go make your own products. You can go do trade show. I mean, like, there's so many avenues, and it's just such an amazing, inspiring, and empowering industry to be in. And yeah, for those little girls out there, do it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful to feel like you're making a difference in someone's life, that you're, making someone feel beautiful and amazing, and giving that love. And I love that. And I love that energy connection with someone. And yeah, you just do it, even if you don't use it, because it's knowledge, and knowledge is power.
If nothing else, you're going to be able to take care of your skin.
Exactly.
And from what I can tell, beauty is never going to go out of fashion.
Never.
Right? This is not an industry that's going to take. It's funny. I just thought of, like, we're in Petaluma.
Yeah.
Right. When Prohibition hit here, we had the speakeasies.
Yeah.
You had Volpe's there. They have the room in the back.
Yeah.
Right. So people were just hustling and bustling to get some of them booze.
Right.
So during COVID, right, when COVID hit, I assume a lot of these businesses were shut down. You were probably going through a lot of that as well. Was there some hustling because your clients, they probably wanted this or they needed a product, right? Was there some prohibition stuff, underground stuff going on there too? Or?
Yeah, so I did. I sold all of my products online. I got a QR code during that time, and I still saw clients. I would go to their house. I would do like one client a day. I called it a concierge service. And I just said, I just did one client a day, and I'd be there for hours because they'd be like, I want everything done. And I'm like, I bet. So yeah, I'd be there for like a few hours, and, wear the mask, gloves, all the things. And so I did pretty good through COVID. Like, that's kind of how I kind of just got around doing it and still seeing clients, because that was a hard time. People still needed an outlet. They still needed something in their life that felt normal, you know? So that's kind of how I did it. And it was successful.
Yeah, beauty's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away.
Never.
Even in COVID situations, people want beauty.
Always, always, always. Right? And so when people walk out from Blushing Beauty after the service, what do you hope they're really leaving with, besides, of course, the great skin and the lashes?
Just with like a good experience, an amazing experience. I want them to feel like they want to come back. That I, provided them with something amazing, and that, they connected with me, and that, I changed their life for that little piece of time that I was with them.
Awesome. So this is what I call the speed round.
Okay.
Quick answers.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
Neither.
Huh? You're in the middle or what?
I'm in the middle.
How can you?
I go to bed early, and I like to sleep in.
See? All right. The first concert you ever went to?
It was Phil Collins.
Nice. Favorite local restaurant?
I would have to say here in Petaluma, Central Market.
Oh, so good. Your go-to karaoke song?
Shania Twain, Any Man of Mine.
Oh, yeah. There we go. One word people use to describe you.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Happy.
Happy. One word you would use to describe yourself.
Inspiring.
Yeah. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
I knew that. Your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
Anything true crime.
Oh, that always blows my mind about women. I'm pointing out a lot of the women that I know after a long, hard day of stressful day of clients or a job or what have you. I want to just sit back and relax and watch some serial killers.
Right?
Where is the logic in that?
I don't know. It's really interesting.
Huh.
I think as women, we're investigators anyways. So our investigator side gets to come out during that time, and it's fun piecing together a murder. I think all women should be detectives. We would get so many things
I think
done.
all women are. Every guy out there is known. Like, where were you? Well, I saw this. Just stop.
Yeah.
Your most used emoji.
Like the lovey face or the pink heart with the glitter.
There you go. Your biggest pet peeve?
Not communicating.
No. How so? Like, what's an example of someone not
I'm just
communicating
like
to you?
an over communicator. So I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when you can't even simply communicate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like so forthcoming with so many things that, like, if you can't even tell me that you're going to go on a break or you're going to go to the store or I don't know, it just irritates me.
Yeah. So do you type like a lot, like a text, like type a lot? And if someone like me just said yes, would that annoy you, or do you want like more?
No.
You just like
It just kind of depends on what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, because yeah, I just need communication in my life. I don't know why.
just let me know.
Yeah, just let me know.
A hidden talent. I'll let it out. This is what we find the truth.
I am secretly very flexible and can do the splits.
Huh?
Yeah.
Do you do yoga or
I
just?
do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. A dream vacation destination.
Europe.
Where in Europe?
Spain, Portugal.
Yeah, Spain's on my list. I haven't been there yet. I go to a lot to South America. I go to like Colombia a lot. I love Colombia.
Really?
Have you ever been?
I've not been to Colombia.
Oh my God. You know what? It is one of the most underrated countries out there.
Really?
A filet mignon dinner is like $10.
Wow.
And it's good. Rooftop bars. The food there is just fantastic.
Really?
And as a coffee person, it's like coffee comes
Yeah,
from Colombia.
yeah.
So the cafes are just beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard really good things actually about some parts of Colombia.
Yeah, it's like, you just got to be careful, right?
Yeah.
Just like anywhere. You can't, a lot of people say, isn't Colombia dangerous? Like, have you been to Oakland? You can't say a whole country
Based on one thing, yeah, no, totally.
So if you weren't doing aesthetics or teaching aesthetics, what would you be doing?
I would probably be doing freelance marketing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Best advice you've ever received in 3 words or less. Best advice.
To always keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Awesome. Well, Emily, thank you so much for hanging out with us, for making Petaluma just a little bit more fabulous. One lash, one facial at a time. We truly loved hearing your story behind your beautiful business, Blushing Beauty. Not just the highlights, but the hustle too, right? And I truly mean that I like your energy. Like just sitting here, it's like I just feel you're a great person. You're very genuine. So everybody out there, if you have any questions regarding lashes, brows, Emily right here, hit her up. A laugh, or you just want to feel like you need to get your life together, right? Ask Emily here at Blushing Beauty. This has been Petaluma Stories, where local legends like Emily make this town a whole lot prettier, and we just try to keep up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Fun, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay.
Cool.
That was good.
Yeah, you did awesome.
Thank you.